President Trump continues to face increasing pressure to explain the war in Iran. And if you hear his message, apparently just call him.
I spoke to the president.
I spoke to him on the phone this morning.
I just got off the phone with the president.
In a phone call with CBS News,
the president picked up my call once again.
You just spoke with President Trump by phone.
I wanted to get the reaction of the President of the United States. So I called him and he answered.
I just spoke with the president this morning.
I just got off the phone with President Trump yet again.
He has been picking up the phone when reporters have called.
Today, I had about a half-hour phone call with President Donald Trump.
I spoke to him for about 12 minutes.
I just spoke with President Trump for 15 minutes.
I called him around 8 a.m. this morning. We spoke for just 3 minutes.
So I was drinking my coffee, having a piece of toast, and figured, hey, let me give it a shot.
You are quite literally picking up your mobile phone and calling Donald Trump on his mobile phone.
With President Trump, you just never know if he's going to answer or not. You don't know what kind of mood he'll be in, if he'll be chatty.
Mark, you've now spoken to the President of the United States more times in the past 7 days than I've spoken to my own parents.
It's probably as easy to call up the Kellners as it is to call up the president, as I'm finding out. It's a very strange, it's just very strange.
Do you remember when Obama was not allowed to have a cell phone? When they tried to charge Hillary Clinton with a crime for having an email server? I mean, we are in a whole different universe right now. I'm sure China has the phone number too.
Well, look, there are positives and there are negatives. The negative is obvious, right? I mean, the more you're talking, the more difficult it's going to be for all the people around you to know exactly what you're saying so you can stay on message. But on the other hand, we have a president who's actually open. And if reporters find it so objectionable that he is going off script, as it were, you can stop calling him. But you're calling him because there's value in that. And having a president who's going to talk to the press, unlike the last president, who was not very open with the press, I think is overall a good thing. We want more transparency.
He used to call me, and it was fun. My wife's reaction. She used to try and lobby me to get the more liberal point of view, and then the president would call, and she'd say, "How am I going to compete with the president?" But I think that this flurry of activity is, I think, a direct barometer of his frustration, that he sees, I sense, he sees history slipping through his fingers, that he had it going. He had the B-2s last year. He had Maduro, plucked from the dark heart of his Cuban palace guard. He had, he had a lot going for him. And then all of a sudden, he goes, and rather than going to Cuba, he steps in the muck of the Mideast, and now he's trying to dig his way out. One reporter.
He's trying to John Barron his way out of this, but this is not a John Barron situation. I mean,
that's exactly.
And it's a war, and it's also a delicate negotiation with people that even he acknowledges are very skilled negotiators. They have been running the world around for decades now over these nuclear weapons, and Trump seems to be addressing that by just saying what he wants to happen.
Yeah. I mean, the transparency is a good thing, not on Iran. It's way too serious. Let Marco Rubio be the messenger. I mean, he has talented messengers that know the substance of the issues and can make a real case that it's a threat and we need to be there. That's not what he's doing. I mean, this is serious business. The communications with the public need to be formalized. They need to be consistent. We need to trust that what comes out of his mouth is something that will actually happen. And if circumstances change, then hopefully we can get some information again. But yeah, I mean, I really like the access that he's giving the press. I do not like the issue that he's using.
Gotta leave it there. Next for us, the panel is going to give us their Nightcaps Marathon Reading Edition.